last week. Joining us now, House Freedom Caucus member Andy Biggs from Arizona. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you, Arthel.
All right. Well, listen, you've got those 4 Senate bills already failed, as I said, including one backed by the president. How confident are you that the House will pass a bill that the Senate would support and the president would sign? And if so, what would be in that bill?
Well, I don't know that I'm confident that we'll pass a bill that'll come out of the House and pass in the Senate, because I'm not sure what passes in the Senate anymore after last week. But I think that the Goodlatte bill, they were counting votes when we left town. I think that they believe that it's going to be close, and I think that's a bill that could come out.
And that's a bill. Why is that? What's in there that you like in particular?
Well, I struggle with the whole notion of the bill, but some of the things that are positive in there are the end of chain migration. There's the end of the diversity law, a movement to find some kind of funding source for the wall. You know, you start E-Verifies in there. You start getting some things in there that I think mean a lot to my constituents, for sure.
All right. So you back the president on ending the diversity visa lottery and the family-based migration. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about DACA. You know, it protects the dreamers from deportation, allows them to stay in the U.S., finish school, go to work, or join the military. And as we pointed out, DACA expires March 5th. Per the deadline imposed by President Trump. So will Congress, you think, Congressman, will Congress find a resolution for the Dreamers in 2 weeks or by this summer if a court order pushes that deadline? And would that include a path to citizenship?
Number one, I think nothing will I don't think anything will be completed within 2 weeks. That's my outlook there. I think you're right. I think that most everybody's starting to look at and say, well, there's a stay, a judicial stay on repeal of the DACA, and that's going to be carried out for a while. So I think that's going to kick out a ways. And the problem is, I just don't see that you can have a path to citizenship, but yet everyone I've seen ultimately gets to citizenship. But a lot of them actually create some kind of two-tiered citizenship, and that just doesn't work in the United States of America today. Whether you're for DACA extension or not for DACA extension, I don't see how you can support a tiered level of citizenship in this country.
Right, because some of those who support DACA argue that, you know, how do they prepare for their life long term if if you keep kind of giving them an extension for 2 years or 3 years, temporary stays, if you will. But let me go here, because listen, the Republicans rule both chambers of Congress and the White House. So, you know, if there is no immigration reform by the midterm elections, will this hurt GOP candidates?
It depends on your district, and it depends on you're struggling with finding a resolution. Some districts, most of your voters don't want an extension of DACA. Some districts want a complete fulfillment of DACA and morphing it into the Clean Dream Act, where there's actual path to citizenship sooner rather than later, and then no end to chain migration. So it depends on what your district is, and that's part of the reason that I think you're seeing the discord, if you will, this failure to get to yes on this.
Right. So what's the answer to this then? Will there be immigration reform by the end of the year?
I suspect there will be. There'll be something done by the end of the year.
Oh, something done. Congressman?
Something, I don't know what it is.
You know, I told you before, what you do is you freeze some of those prickly pear margaritas. You freeze them, you ship them to D.C., y'all drink them, and then you get it all solved.
You know, Arthel, I need you to come out here at 70 degrees. You come out and drink them here.
I may have to take you up on that. Congressman Biggs, thanks for talking to us this afternoon.
Thanks, Arthel.
Okay.